In today's video, I will talk about the Victus cool deals for Prebuilt gaming PCs right now on the market. As you all know, the Prebuilt PC market has been a little bit tougher because there haven't been that much offers, but right now it's getting a little better, and that's why I'm making this video. Now, the number one on this list is $2,000, so if you have a budget above this number, you will have plenty of gaming desktops down below in the description that will fit into your budget. However, you can ask me in the comment section and I will try to reply as fast as possible. With that being said, let's start with this one. With the first one on the list, we have one that's $1,000, but after a coupon code that I will leave down below in the description, it's going to cost you around $950. Now, if you have a budget below this number, in the description you will have plenty of gaming desktop. However, I made a video about budget PCs that you can go ahead and watch in the top right of the screen. So below this number, you have another Victus 15L from Amazon for around $780 with the i5-12400, the GTX 1660 Super. It's a really solid gaming computer. It's not on sale right now, but the price is really decent. With that being said, you will have it down below in the description and in my budget PCs video. But the one that I'm going to talk about right now is the 15L from the HP website. This one has the Ryzen 7 5700G, but on top of that, of course, you get a dedicated graphics card. You get the AMD RX 6600 XT, definitely a beast of a graphics card for 1080p gaming, and it's going to get the job done basically in every single game. 60 FPS on average, of course, depending on the settings. Then you get 500 gigs of SSD, a terabyte of hard drive, and 16 gigs of RAM. So in terms of memory and storage, it's going to be great. You don't need to upgrade anything for 1080p gaming. Definitely a really decent price for a Prebuilt PC. Of course, if you build your PC, you can get a system with the 6700 XT, which is going to perform much better, and you can game even at 1440p with that gaming desktop. But if you're looking for a Prebuilt PC, this one I think is the best one in terms of price to performance on a tight budget. However, right there, if you spend 50 extra bucks, you get the AVS Master from Newegg. This one has the i5-12400F, really similar to the 12400, but here you don't get those integrated graphics that are going to be important if you do video editing. But if you don't do video editing, this one is going to be more than enough. You get the RTX 3060, really similar in performance to the 6600 XT, maybe slightly slower in some cases, but then you get 16 gigs of RAM, 500 gigs of M.2 SSD, and here you get pros and cons between the Victus 15L and this one. This one has better airflow and it's going to be more upgradable down the line because it's a system integrator, and you also get the RTX 3060. So if you want an NVIDIA graphics card, you want the DLSS and ray tracing technologies, this one is going to be the better one. However, if you want the fastest gaming performance as of right now and you want more storage, the Victus 15L is going to be the right choice for you. And on top of this, you end up saving 50 extra bucks. So both have its pros and cons, so ask to yourself which one is going to suit you the most for your budget gaming PC. If you want to see how these PCs perform exactly on gaming, I recommend you searching on YouTube different benchmarks for the, let's say, RTX 3060 i5-12400F combination for you to see the exact FPS that you're going to get while gaming on your favorite game, on your favorite settings. I recommend you doing this not only with this PC but every single PC that I'm about to mention for you to actually see if it's worth spending the money for your needs on the gaming PCs that I mentioned. With the next one, actually with the next three gaming desktops are going to be from Skytech. It has been a great company. They have been doing a great job for gaming PCs and their prices. We're talking about the Skytech Blaze 3.0. I've talked about this PC a lot in my channel, but it used to be $1,600. Right now it's on a huge discount. You end up saving 250 bucks, it's $1,400, and you get the RTX 3060 Ti and the i7-11700F, liquid cooled by the way. Then you get 1 terabyte of SSD and 16 gigs of RAM. The airflow and cooling overall for this PC is great. It's also a system integrator, so it's upgradable with that 600 watt 80 plus volt power supply. However, if you want to put a high-end graphics card, let's say like the RTX 3080 or the new NVIDIA graphics cards, which by the way they are rumored to be hungry power, you will need a better power supply than a 600 watt 80 plus gold, but you can do this upgrade pretty easily. And overall, this PC is a great starting point for 1440p gaming, smoothly 60 FPS on average on your favorite game. So if you want a 1440p monitor or you are planning to get one, this PC I think it's the starting point of Prebuilt PCs for that resolution. With the next one for $1,600, we have this Skytech Chronos gaming PC. This one has the i5-12600K. If you know me, you know that this is my favorite CPU in terms of price to performance. It's expensive right now, but the performance that you get, it's incredible, and you definitely won't need the i7-12700K. And on top of that, you get the RTX 3070, which is going to be a better option than the 3060 Ti. So you get a more solid gaming system here for 1440p gaming. You can make the case and play at 4K depending on the games that you want to play and how many FPS that you want to achieve. But this PC, I think it's a high-end PC for 1440p gaming. You get that terabyte of SSD and 16 gigs of RAM as well, and of course you get that 240 all-in-one liquid cooler for the CPU. So temps for this i5-12600K at the airflow overall, because of that front mesh panel, is going to be perfect, and the price is really decent. Once again, I'm talking about prices between Prebuilt PCs. I know that building it by your own will get you a better PC at this price point, but if we compare Prebuilt PCs, this price is actually great, and you end up saving $100 because of the back to school deal. And last but not least, you end up saving $600, which is a lot of money. For $2,000 you get the Skytech Siege 3.0. Here you get the Ryzen 7 5800X, a great 8-core CPU. It's going to get the job done for both gaming and multitasking. I like the i5-12600K better. To be honest, it's a better option, and this one is more expensive, but the reason why it's my number one and it's more expensive than the last one is because of the graphics card. The RX 6900 XT is going to perform really similar to the RTX 3080 12 gigs, but this one has 16 gigs of VRAM. So right now VRAM is not that important for gaming. I mean, it is important, but you are not going to notice a difference between 8 gigs of VRAM and 16 gigs of VRAM. However, in the future we might see the difference, and that's why if you want a system that's great for the future, this one is the one for you. You end up spending $2,000. I know it's expensive, but if you have the budget to, it's a great choice. You also get a 360 all-in-one liquid cooler, which is not necessary for the Ryzen 7 5800X. To be honest, you can get away with a good premium CPU air cooler or a 240mm one instead of a 360, but anyway, you will get better CPU temps, so I'm not complaining. Then you get an X570 motherboard, 16 gigs of RAM, 1TB of Gen 4 NVMe SSD, which is not going to make a difference for gaming, but if you're a person that likes to transfer files a lot and you like to do video editing, you know that those files are going to be big, and this terabyte of Gen 4 SSD is going to help you out if that's the case. You also get a 750 watt 80 plus gold power supply, which is going to be great for this build and also for future upgrades. Now, this case doesn't seem to have the best airflow, but anyway, you get 6 fans, 3 fans on the RGB liquid cooler, and then 3 extra fans on the whole case, so the airflow is not really going to be a problem, but a front mesh panel would be a much better option for this exact gaming PC, just like the Skytech Chronos that I mentioned before this one. That was my whole list. If you find it helpful, leave a like and subscribe, but most importantly, hit that bell button because I will be uploading the best Prebuilt PCs overall and the best budget Prebuilt PCs really soon, because August is coming, so keep that in mind. If you want to get notified, click that bell button. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.